In tonight's news, His Majesty the King warns of the continuation of the war on Gaza during the holy month of Ramadan. The Prime Minister chairs a meeting on the executive programme of the Economic Modernisation Vision. And Israeli occupation forces commit 7 massacres against Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, killing 86 people just in the past 24 hours. Good evening and welcome. His Majesty the King warned of the continuation of the war on Gaza during the holy month of Ramadan, which will increase the threat of expanding the conflict. During a meeting at the Al-Husainiyya Palace with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, attended by His Royal Highness Prince Al-Hussein, the King highlighted the need for concerted efforts to achieve an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza and protect civilians. The King added that Jordan will continue providing humanitarian and medical aid to the Palestinians in the Strip. King Abdullah warned of Israeli settler violence in the occupied West Bank, as well as Israeli violations of the Islamic and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem, reiterating Jordan's rejection to separate the West Bank from Gaza. King Abdullah stressed the importance of maintaining Arab coordination over the coming stage to arrive at a just solution to the Palestinian cause on the basis of the two-state solution. The Palestinian president highlighted the latest developments in the occupied territories and stressed the importance of boosting consultations in service of the Palestinian cause. Also at Al-Husainiyya Palace, His Majesty the King received Bulgarian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Maria Gabriel within efforts to achieve an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. The meeting dealt with the dangerous developments in the Gaza Strip and the humanitarian situation there. King Abdullah reiterated the need to end the war, protect civilians and ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid to the coastal enclave. King Abdullah also warned of stopping support to UNRWA and of the dangers of an Israeli attack on Rafah. Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi also met with the Bulgarian Minister for talks on the situation in Gaza, efforts to halt the war, protect civilians and ensure the delivery of sufficient and sustainable aid to all parts of the Strip. Safadi warned that the war could expand as the holy month of Ramadan approaches. The discussions also tackled bilateral ties and issues of common interest. In press statements following the talks, Safadi said both Jordan and Bulgaria enjoy solid and strong relations, pointing to the possibility of increasing bilateral cooperation in the educational and tourism fields. For her part, the Bulgarian minister said Jordan proved itself as a peacemaker in the region, adding that the kingdom is an important partner of her country in the region. Prime Minister Bishal Khassaouni chaired a meeting at the Prime Ministry on the executive programme of the Economic Modernisation Vision with ministers, officials, private sector representatives and stakeholders. Commenting on the government's economic performance and challenges of the current stage, Khassaouni said the government was able to reduce the trade balance deficit by 10% in 2023. He added that monetary indicators proved the success of policies adopted by the central bank as domestic revenues grew by 600 million dinars, reaching 8.7 billion in 2023 compared to 8.1 billion in 2022. During the meeting, the Prime Minister also spoke about the impact of Israel's aggression in Gaza on the national economy and efforts exerted by His Majesty King Abdullah to halt the war. Khassaouni denied the existence of any land or sea route to transport goods to Israel through Jordan. The Health Ministry in Gaza said Israeli occupation forces have committed 7 massacres against Palestinians in the Strip, killing 86 people and injuring over 130 others just in the past 24 hours. The ministry added that the death toll from the Israeli onslaught has risen to over 29,700, with more than 69,890 others injured. Meanwhile, Egyptian sources said Qatar will host mediated talks between Hamas and Israel aiming to finalise an agreement on a truce this week. The sources said representatives from both parties will later travel to Cairo for further talks aimed at reaching an agreement on the timing and mechanism for executing any deal, including hostages. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us.